Hey, it's Mark with Invest for More, and I'm back at the laundromat collecting quarters and seeing if we made any money without the car wash. So it's Fun Car Friday. I did get the Super out. I actually had the Esprit out earlier too. But this is a laundromat I bought in June. It's had some issues. We've been making it better. Sales have been getting better. But then we had kind of a big issue this week earlier where the car wash pump went out. It filled the place with smoke. And we had the car wash kind of shut down now. I thought we had cones in front of it, but I don't see them. But I've been deciding if the car wash is even worth fixing or having. It's not the most modern one, as you can see. One stall there, one stall on the outside. And I'm thinking if I should just make it a giant storage unit and rent it out that way. Heck, maybe I can even make a second storage unit over there and rent that out too. I don't know if that would be worth it or not, or if, there's some issues there. But it's funny, we just got the car wash signs painted. Now we might take out the car wash, but it's just problem after problem after problem. And it can be very, very expensive to fix it. I've talked to other people with car washes, and they all kind of have said the same thing. So I don't know what we'll do with that, but for right now it's closed. So we're just depending on the laundromat money and not the car wash money. So something else in the winter, it tends to do worse too. And as you can see, there's snow here, and our guys haven't plowed or anything. So anyway, here's the laundromat inside. It stays so much cleaner and nicer when stuff isn't flooding. So I think we fixed the machines. We've got our vending machines here. We took out the old heater right there. Our guys still need to come by and clean that up a little bit, but there's just an old shop heater that wasn't working right. And our guys were actually there removing that when the pump went out and the whole place filled with smoke from the car wash. So good thing they're there. I've said it before, we've added some machines, fixed some machines, and we have more to do. So the really exciting good news is our other laundromat is open. It's not perfect yet, but it's open. And I wanted to get that one open before we kind of focused on this one, because I can add more machines there, take those old behemoths out. We have some Speed Queen dryers we can put in, so I'd love to do that. I've got more front load washers we can put in. There's a lot we can do. And back here is where the car wash is. And I'm thinking about repurposing this room to something else and just getting rid of all this stuff. I'm not sure to what. There's an apartment next door. It's not really big enough to be a bedroom. It's like 19 by 7.5. It's very narrow. We could put more machines in there. That's an idea. But then I was thinking I'm going to have no storage space or space for supplies, things like that back there like I do now. But those are some ideas, and I don't know if the area would support all those machines or not. We do have quite a few of them, so we could try it and see what happens. It'd just be nice to have a little more space in there too, or maybe have just a sitting room back there. I don't know, but I'm open to ideas. We do have the bathroom right there, and then we have another mechanical room right here, which we might be able to put our supplies in, but the boiler's in there, water heaters, things like that is a little tight, and we can't just blow those doors out and open it up either, because I've thought about that too. So let's see what money there is, how things are going, and if we did better or worse than last week. Last week was a little slow due to Thanksgiving, and of course we'll have more information on our other laundromat here coming up soon too. All right, we are in the laundromat again. We'll see if sales are better today than they were last week. Last week was Thanksgiving, so that could be a big part of it. And I think it's going to be better. We'll see. This is always a telling sign right here. This one is broken, this machine here, even though I had the laundromat guys come look at it. It's not heating up, so I've got it closed. So there shouldn't be any money here. Well, we could try. I mean, that would be crazy if there was money in here. No. Good. This one, we figured out why it wasn't working, because this one over here has some electronics issues, and a breaker was turned off. But there are two breakers, and this one had its breaker turned off too. So there's $1.25 in there. Amazing. But people probably didn't know that that one had any money in it or was working because it's been off for so long. So that's a little frustrating, but we figured that out. All right, this will be a telltale sign in here. That's pretty good. That's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. definitely better than last week. Again, this is a small laundromat. It doesn't make an incredible amount of money, but this has been fun. We'll see what the washers have made. Oh, these need to be, this one's really dirty. Not the worst. That's always has the least amount of money in there. And the other laundromat is open. Yes. So there's actually been people there too. So it'll be interesting to see how that one does. And now that that one's open, this is an okay amount. It's not like record-breaking, but it's not bad. Now that the other one's open, we can spend a little bit more time on this one too. We have some machines we can bring over here. We have some more dryers we can bring over here. And I mentioned my idea before about getting rid of the car wash back here too, which I don't know if I want to do that or not. So the car wash is not open, it's not working, because we think this pump is dead again right here. If we want to keep it working, we've got to replace these with better valves. This manifolds might need to be rebuilt. There's other issues. There's some wiring that needs tidied up. I mean, there might be literally thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of work here to get it working all the way right. And if you get it working all the way right, I don't know if it's ever going to make that much money. I don't think it's going to make enough money to keep it. So we could add this to the other apartment. We could make it storage. We could try to expand the laundromat, but that might be tricky. There's lots of different things we could do here that would probably make more money than the car wash, since the car wash basically doesn't make any money at all. And I've talked to a few people too who have car washes and small ones like this, and they all kind of say the same thing. Not bad. They don't make money. You spend so much money on repairs and stuff, you don't make money. Now the big, it's okay. The big car washes, you know, with all the stuff, can make money, but they also cost like $5 million to build. So that's not something I'm looking to do. It could just be the small car washes like this are kind of a thing of the past. All right, not horrible. I think it's definitely better than last week. We'll get these in the envelopes. We'll take it back and count it and see what we've got. All right, we'll check the cash machine. We came here on Monday and it was almost out of quarters already. Really good sign. We have a double cash machine at the new laundromat, which is nice, except only one side's working, of course. So, not bad. The weekend is definitely where we get most of our business. I'll refill that with some quarters. So we had 219 over the weekend, and probably the next 4 days there's probably maybe $100 there if we're lucky, maybe. Check the pot machines, the soap machine too. Always make sure your green lights are on right there flashing. That means it's accepting dollars, because the out of service light does not always work. One day the pop machine will surprise me and have so much money in here. That day will probably be the day we move it. And, well, there's more than usual. Yeah, that's actually, not that that's saying a lot, more than usual. We've got a little low on Pepsi. We'll have to see if we have more of that if we need to get more. Vending machine. Sometimes it surprises us too, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it surprises me when I know what key to use. Actually, it always surprises me when I know what key to use. Oh, wow, the pop machine might have won. That almost never happens. Unless I didn't check it last time. I think I did, though. I was in kind of a rush. But I think I still checked it. We're still stocked up okay. One day. Now we can get these switched out with a good machine, too. We have a soap machine that we can replace this with. Like I said, I've been focusing on getting the other one open. So, oh, people aren't using this very much. It's the most annoying system of collecting quarters ever. Some in there. But these make me no money right now until I raise the price. I'm putting these there. Because the soap cost me about 75 cents, maybe a little less, to buy and have it shipped. And we charge 75 cents for them. So I could redo these prices, but we'll do that later. I'm getting a new machine. That seems kind of silly. Usually these isn't on too tight, so I can get it off easily. But that one is on kind of tight. Worst design ever. That is for sure. I wonder how old this thing is. Probably at least 50 years old, if not older. Pretty sure there's someone who's always complains about my soap machine and how I charge too much money for the soap. I should charge less. I really don't want to lose money on soap. That doesn't make much sense. And if people really want to save money on soap, bring your own detergent. Very easy solution. All right, we will go check the car wash and the vacuum. Like I said, the car wash is off because it's not working. Oh. And our guys are supposed to clean that out. But it fills up so fast. We didn't check this last week because I was in a rush. So, I mean, there might be $4 or $5 in here. This also has the worst locking mechanism in the history of the world. There we go. Could be worse. And then the car wash I know has a little bit in it. It had a little bit in it before we shut down, and I didn't take that out, so it's not going to be a very good week, obviously. It wouldn't have been anyway with the snow and weather. I thought we had some cones to block this off, unless people moved them. So anybody want to buy a really crappy car wash mechanism, let me know. It does work. There. And did have this on our plow list, but maybe it got missed. We'll have to check on that too. But that's another reason not to have the car wash. It's just, yeah. And a lot of people said, oh, in winter it'll pick up, you'll have more business because people are washing their cars. I've looked at the financials on a few car washes around here. They all drop significantly in winter. I think part of it's because you're just closed for a very long period of time. When it snows, it's real cold. And just like laundromat, the liquor store, if you're closed for a day, it's really hard to make up that revenue. Even if you have like a rush, a big day before or after. Just like with Thanksgiving and the holidays, people say, oh, you should make a bunch of money at the liquor store. And we have better days before and after, or before, but it's not enough to make up for the whole day you lose if you're closed. And we'll do the dryer lint, which is way easier now because we only have 4 working dryers, well technically 5. But someone else mentioned, I never see you clean dryer lint traps. I clean them all the time. So much fun. And these, some of them get pretty linty, but a lot of these don't ever get super linty. Now, if we were a busy laundromat, that would be a different story. Again, how all these keys are so different, I don't know. Ooh. Like I said, I just did these on Monday, so you can see those top ones at least didn't really need to be done. Oh yeah. So, some people are saying, you've got to do that every day. Well, if you did them every day, these are really, somebody else do them recently? That's weird. Well, we just haven't had hardly any use during the week. That could be it too. We'll empty this trash. I think we're pretty much done here. All right, now it's time to count the money, which is usually fun. It's definitely going to be lower because we don't have hardly any car wash money, but it really didn't contribute that much, and so sales will look a little off. Now, if we rent that space and made a storage unit, that would add probably a lot more money than the car wash did with no expenses, but we'll see how that goes. The vending machines, as usual, do nothing, so we might move those machines to the new laundromat because they're just not worth it having it here. And people don't really hang out at this laundromat, it's just not big enough. You know, a lot of times people hang out at the laundromat, wait for their stuff to get done. At this one, people drop stuff off, leave, go do something else, and come back. So maybe having a lounge sitting area or something is a good idea because people would stay there longer. I don't know. I just don't know. It is so small, but it'd be kind of weird having it back in that little room. Now, if I was completely starting this over again, this is a massive amount of car wash money. You know, then we could maybe reconfigure that apartment. And I don't know. It would have been tough, but we'll see how this goes. And I'd love to get more machines in there because people do use all the machines sometimes, and I think that will help too. All right, here's the more fun part: the dryer money to see how much there's there. Over 100, so that's good. That's definitely better than last week. And then we'll check both the washer bags here, the old and the new. I like to separate them just to see which one does better. So not bad, 356. Getting over 200 is really nice, so that's not quite 100, so probably won't get over 200. So those bags felt really similar, but it's better than last week. And 366. So, okay, not records, but better than last week. And we'll see how all these sales look here on our fancy chart that I make every time. When I first made this chart, it was very boring because it only showed like 1 week or 2 weeks. It didn't show us much. Now it's looking much, much better. So, again, I know we're not breaking records. Well, for one, because I already made this chart, so I know what it shows. But two, because of the car wash. So, someone suggested renting it to a detailer and having them use it as a car wash, but then I don't know, that could be some liability if they flood the place or damage something, or I don't know. I think that brings on a lot of liability, so I'm leaning towards just getting rid of it. But there was our best week ever, kind of the third week of November, and then last week wasn't as good. This week was better than last week, but not by much. But again, the car wash dropped off a cliff. So that was a big reason. We probably would have been pretty close to what we have been averaging had the car wash been operating, although it's been snowing, so maybe not. But our washers are up, our dryers are up. Everything was pretty much a little bit better than last week and pretty close to normal for what we have been doing. So that was good to see. And hopefully we can just keep this going up and up and up and make it a viable investment. The other laundromat, like I said, is running. That will be much more exciting. Newer machines, bigger machines, better location. So that one will be a lot of fun to do our first coin collection. And hopefully we'll do that next week. Unless I fall off a cliff or something, we'll definitely be doing it next week. All right, love to hear what you think. Love the follows. Be back soon.